All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Wednesday, October 30th, set by Ludwig, who I think is a one-off that we had before recently that was tied in with a BBC program where I think the main character is a crossword setter with David Mitchell. That was a very difficult, and I think people felt a little unfair crossword. So it was very unpopular over at 15 squared. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a little worried, but let's see what we have. Undercover, American seen on rugby pitch twice. Well, I'm thinking undercover is the definition. Oh, and hush hush comes to mind, and I do remember now we've had this trick before where the letter H looks like a rugby goalpost. So anything between two H's is on a rugby pitch. And we have the American US in between the H's, and we have all of that twice. Well, that's a nice start. So hopefully a good sign. All right, ivy can be found in impoverished eras. That must be a hidden clue. And with the H, hedera, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is that the Latin name for ivy? Let me pause and look that up. Yes, hedera is the genus to which ivy belongs. All right. Oh, yeah, let's do some more downs. They fly nighttime weapon aboard planes. I'm thinking it might be some kind of bird. They fly. I don't know what nighttime would be. And then a weapon in between two things that represent planes. No, I don't get that. How about work close up with the beeb to install lake observatory? Well, I'm wondering if it is, excuse me, let me pause. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's maybe not an observatory as we would think of on Earth. I'm wondering if it could be the Hubble telescope. Let's see, we do have BBC, which is the Beeb. Oops, why am I typing in that? All right, but what else do we... Oh, my goodness, my typing is a little off today. Work, I think work might be OP, close up. Oh, of course, we do have an anagram of close. With the beeb, we do install L for lake, because I think this L is part of close. But I'm not getting the work part. And also okay, so yeah, sorry. It is an anagram of close up plus beeb, I think. That's 11 letters. And then we put in, oh, I think we put in yeah, sorry, it's work close, the beeb plus an L. I think that's how that is working. I'll make a note just to double check that. All right. Group of undergrads, mostly smearing bananas. All right, bananas we've seen before. Any word that means crazy can indicate an anagram. So smearing has 8 letters. I think it's most of that minus the G. Let's use the anagram helper. So smearin, group of undergrads. Oh, I think a seminar. Not exactly sure what that means in this context, but I think it must be seminar. All right, let's go back to the acrosses. Protection for art students. In the first instance, sitting practice exams. I'm trying to remember what we used to. Oh, we used to call practice exams mocks. Yes, and they must call them the same thing in Britain. Because I'm thinking it's protection for art. Maybe just protection for art. Because I think it's going to be smocks. Yeah, or it might be actually, yeah, I think it's protection for art students. And then in the first instance, sitting is the letter S, and then the practice exams are mocks. All right, this one is very, oh, yeah, we had this star recently. Star knocked back nearly a half of Benedictine. Again, this is quite straightforward. This is almost like cryptic level, I think. Nearly a half of Benedictine would be the first 5 letters, and if you knock them back, you get Deneb. All right, regrettably icy moment, representative of the bigger picture. So must be an anagram of icy moment. I'm not seeing the anagram. I presume the Y will come at the end. Oh, yeah, I think it might be one of those high dollar words. I thought maybe it would have meta in it, but no. Yeah, I think we had this word before, not too long ago. Yeah, I think it's one of those onomy words. Well, it can't have 2 O's in it. But where I think in poetry or literary works, the crown stands for the royal family. But I cannot think of that word. Let's try some of the downs here. What may make you lament? So I'm thinking this is going to be one of those where you solve the clue, you get the answer, and then you follow wordplay directions in the answer. And I'm noticing that lament is an anagram of mental. So I'm thinking it's mental arithmetic, mental illness, mental something. Obviously, it's going to have to be something to do with lament, make you lament. No, I don't see that. Ludwig in bed, a heavenly body. All right, I think we're going to put I or me inside of a word for bed. So if it's me and the bed is a cot, we get comet, which is a heavenly body. Yeah, so I think this is something like metonymic, metonymy, I think, yeah. I'll leave it in. I may have mixed those letters up, but I think I do have icy moment, yeah. All right. Safest for armistices on reflection to include El Salvador. I think safest might be the definition. But I don't see it. I announce small potato. Sounds like a homophone. I announce. And is it going to be a potato or a small? Well, small might be an S at the end. No, I don't get it. All right. Stopped by Port of London authority. Bill recalled for our neighbor. I think our neighbor must be the definition, but who is our in this instance? Stopped by Port of London authority. I mean, that sounds like we're just going to put PLA inside of something. Oh, I think it might be the red planet. And so we is the planet Earth. And then Bill is a tender. How is tender the same as bill? I thought tender was an offer that we are, some kind of estimate that is given to apply for work. No, I don't see that. This was, yeah, I think it might be sand. Oh no, sun. Nighttime, sundown. Nighttime. Yeah, I wonder if it's sundown with something for a weapon put inside. They fly. No, I don't see it. All right, reportedly change train's destination. So I think the train we have to think of is the train of a wedding dress. Its destination is the altar, AR. And so the word for change is altar with an E, but that's the homophone word. So I think we put in the A. It's always tricky with some of these, but I think that's the way it should be. All right, I'm thinking this might be securest for safest. Armistices, it's hard to say, is truces going backwards on reflection, and they include ES for El Salvador, all right. Provide food, including finally sugar bowl. Well, I'm thinking provide food might be cater, including the final letter of sugar, and you get a crater, which is one kind of bowl, I suppose. Still don't know what these flyers are. No. Picture puzzles, about 16 and more. Oh no, is that a reference to 16 down? No, I don't see it. Almost hassle-free. They're used with mortars. Yeah, so, well, I think so long as you have in your mind the phrase a mortar and pestle as isn't that what chemists would use to grind up the medicines? And so hassle-free would be pest-less, but it's almost because we drop that final S. All right. Appropriate or appropriate, drinks passed around, local characters. I'm wondering if it could be letters from Greek, say, but I'm not sure which end is the definition. All right. Some are Olympian, running these around their rivals. Ah, this is, yeah, very much a cryptic or even an everyman type clue. What do you run around your rivals? You run rings around them, and some rings are Olympian. Star has been here. Problem for Starmer's lot. Well, Starmer's lot is labor, but Star has been here. No, don't get it. Uninjured, surprisingly alive, having got on it. No. I'm thinking it's going to mean uninjured. Surprisingly might be an anagram of alive with having got on it. Well, alive plus got is only 8. No. Gold piece, ring. I think the definition is gold. We're going to have a 4-letter word for piece and then probably an O for ring. No, I don't get that. All right, old flame, damaged tree, somewhere in Devon. Now, this is another, I think, fairly straightforward one. If you think that any reference to old flame or something from the past might be X, damaged tree would be an anagram of tree, and that gives us Exeter, which if you had asked me what county it was in, I would not have known, but I can well believe it's Devon. All right, laureate composed, sonnet about New York. Well, laureate is 8 letters, so at first I thought we were going to compose that or anagram it, but I think no, that must be the definition, and we're going to actually compose the letters, 6 letters of sonnet about L-I-N-Y, and we get Tennyson, Alfred Lord. All right, I haven't looked at the Downs for a while. What may be booked for field trip? Inappropriately, Soho clubs. Well, I'm thinking inappropriately is an anagram indicator, and I see in clubs we have bus. So I'm thinking you would book for a field trip, some kind of Soho with CL, school. There we go. All right, loosened rivets on wall of toilet facility being playful. I'm wondering if loosened could be an anagram indicator of rivets, but on wall of toilet facility, could the wall of the toilet be the outer letters? And then is the definition being playful? Yeah, I think, well, I do see the word sportive, which I think we had recently. Not a word I've thought of, I think, for years and years. So I think, yeah, we do have the anagram of rivets, and it is on PO. How is that the wall? Oh, the po, of course. Yeah, slang for toilet. Pretty sure that's what that is referring to. Um, let's see. Spelling bee. Ooh. Well, we've seen spelling before being a pun on casting a magic spell. So I'm thinking it might be some kind of wizard or no, and a bee can be any kind of gathering of people, like a quilting bee. No, I don't see it. Made tipsy upon entering wicked world of scholarship. Wow, that's a great clue. I don't get it. Let's try genius running after salamander. Something that's running is on, like your refrigerator. Yeah, and I think a salamander is similar to a newt. So we get Isaac Newton. All right, stars suddenly brighter and twinkly on average before storm. Where's the definition there? Oh, I think it's stars suddenly brighter. I think we may have had something like this before. Novae, or the plural of nova. How is, let's see, and twinkly on. Yeah, I think we have two anagram indicators if I'm reading this correctly. Twinkly is telling us that ON should be anagrammed, and then average is AVE, and that goes through a storm. Is that right? But why would it be before storm? Because surely the anagram would be after storm. Anyway, we'll check 15 squared for that. All right, here's a word I think we also had recently, which is inviolate. Inviolate. So surprisingly alive is an anagram of, it is an anagram of alive with with on it. Yeah, so it's alive plus having got on it. All right. Ooh, so our yeah, it's not an ending O. Gold is OR, which I think comes from heraldry. A piece is a bit, and a ring could be an orbit. Yeah, we seem to have had a few space-themed clues today, but I don't know if there's enough to make it a theme. All right, that's our spelling bee. Now let's go back to the top. Oh, I think this is another one we had, and I remember making a mess of it before, and I'm probably going to make a mess of it again, but I think it's these things, sand darts, which fly. They're birds. Now, nighttime weapon aboard planes. Yeah, that's the part I don't get. I think the weapon might be a dart, and planes is a verb, so a carpenter who planes some wood. I don't think sands is the same as planing. I think planing is using a blade to reduce the wood, whereas sanding, I think, is using sandpaper or something like that. Anyway, splitting hairs as usual. All right. Mental illusion, mental. No, I need some more letters. Here's my. I announce. Oh, I think it's. I think a potato is a tater, and S small tater. I think it's the word stater for somebody who announces things. I don't. Is that really a word? I'm sure it's in the dictionary, but I don't think anyone has ever used that word in a sentence. All right. Oh, well, we have now solved 16 down as school bus. Ah, yes. So a picture puzzle is a rebus. So about 16 would be regarding a bus or buses. Ah, so now mental. Let me pause and think about that. All right, I had to run through the vowels first and then thought, oh, it could be an R. And as soon as I thought of that, a mental break. Oh, hold on, where did I go wrong? There we go. Mental breakdown. What may make you lament? Anyway, appropriate drinks passed around local characters. It feels like it's going to mean appropriate, but then we would put a word for drinks around local characters, and then I would put an S. Drinks passed round. Unless the drinks are reversed. No, I don't. No, I don't see it. Oh, what's star has been here. I wonder if it's a black hole, because that's left when a star collapses or whatever they do. I don't get the political part of it. Problem for Starmer's lot. So I'll have to look at 15 squared to be educated on that. Ah, yes. So I think we may even have had this clue not too long ago, a witch's Sabbath, which is very appropriate with Halloween tomorrow. Would be a spelling bee, a gathering of people casting spells. All right, just the two left. The appropriate drinks and the made tipsy upon entering wicked world. Oh, well, I was going to say, is the wicked world Oz? But there is the wicked witch there, but I don't know. Maybe it's scholarship. Oh, of course, made tipsy, is going to be an anagram of maid. I dropped my little stylus and yes, I think we're going to anagram maid, and that's going to enter wicked world. Is that just hell? And then that's going to mean scholarship. Yeah, so I think if it's an anagram, I mean, it could be ADEME, but I'm thinking it might be DAME. Let me pause and work that out. All right, I had to resort to wordplays.com. It wasn't coming to me. Um, and I think it's a funny definition. It's academe, so I suppose the world of education, world of scholarship. Well, yeah, I suppose where people are scholars, academia, academe. And so it is an anagram of maid, and it enters ace, which is a slang word for wicked, which is a slang word for great. All right. Ah, yes. So I thought of alephs, which is a character, and the drinks are ales, and they are appropriate because they're being passed around a public house, PH. I think I only learned that abbreviation recently. All right, I think that's everything. I wasn't 100% sure on alter, but let's check all. Everything is still there. All right, let's head over to 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Eileen, and it's appropriate because she blogged that first one 5 weeks ago. And sure enough, it was a tie-in with the TV series Ludwig. And we've learned the puzzle. Oh, this is good. It was a collaboration between Alan Connor, who does Everyman, or is Everyman now, and Enigmatist. Wow. So that maybe explains why it was so fiendish last time. I'm wondering if there's more Alan Connor this time around. Anyway, the final episode is on tonight, so I think that's a tie-in. Previous puzzle had a pretty mixed reception here. I think that's being very generous. Let's see. Now seems quite deliberate and appropriate. I don't think it's ever appropriate to be unfairly obscure. Being fairly obscure, I think, is appropriate. Anyway, what? Oh my goodness. If I hadn't blogged the first one, I know it would have taken much longer for the penny to drop that the answers to this puzzle were identical to the original, but much clearer. No wonder there were so many where I said, you must think I'm a complete idiot. I'm keep saying, oh, we had that word recently. Oh, we had that one recently. Well, 5 weeks ago, apparently. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I've gone a little bit red after that. All right, I think I followed all but four. Black hole. Okay, so it's the nickname for the deficit inherited by the Chancellor. All right. And then the downs. Yeah, it was an anagram of close up plus the beeb and the L. Yeah. And sportive. The wall of a toilet facility is the outer letters. Portaloo. Not a Poe. Okay. I suppose a Poe is more a chamber pot, right? Although that is a toilet facility. I bet someone else in the comments will make the same assumption I did. Yeah, it's an anagram of on average. So twinkly is the anagram indicator, but before storm. Oh, the same clue as the original puzzle. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, I'm not going to win any awards for my memory, obviously. Ales, I'm not sure why appropriate. I think ales are appropriate for a public house. Anyway, I'm a bit speechless. Yeah, that's definitely me. No wonder I remembered sand darts. Oh, Tim agrees with me. Sands is not a synonym of plains. KVA, who I trust, their judgment, they think it might be a verb in the sense of smooths, maybe metaphorically. I'm glad Jacob is with me. If the previous outing was deliberately obscure, some sort of reference to the program, that makes me even less fond of it. It was an ill-conceived conceit, in my opinion. I'm with Jacob on that one. Let's see. I'm just looking for someone thinking that Poe might be Shan or Shane. I had Poe for good. Yeah, and I always enjoy Shan or Shane's blogs when they fill in. Anyway, no spoilers for the television program. I must look to see if I can access it somehow. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a wonderful day.